Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna show you how to replace the valve cover gasket on this Mini Cooper S from 2011. It has an inline 4 turbocharged engine with 2 camshaft position sensors. Now the reason of replacing the valve cover gasket is to stop the oil leaks around the gasket, obviously, and especially in this area. If the oil leaks, it will go on the exhaust and it will come that smell of oil burned. So with the cover removed, go ahead and unplug the connectors from the coil packs. Lift this quick release and then you should be able to pull out the coil pack. Remember the position of the coil packs so you can install them back in the same. Release the connector, lift a little bit the coil pack, then unplug the connector, and that's how they come out easier. Down here we've got the ventilation hose. This basically takes the blow-by gases which escapes by the piston rings and it will recirculate them into the intake manifold. You can press on these two tabs like that and the hose should be disconnected. Now if you look on the point where it connects with the intake manifold hose, hold some pressure against the clip just like that with your hand or a screwdriver. Disconnect this clip like that. It should come out together with this connector. So as I said, there are two camshaft position sensors. In order to unplug the connector, use something like a needle. Press this little tab and at the same time pull the connector. Gently wiggle the sensor out. From this side, unplug the oxygen sensor. So just twist it like that and it should come out from that bracket. Press on the tab and pry out this little clip just like that. There we go. It's pretty hard to remove these clips because they are like against this, but anyway, the wiring harness is apart. Now if you have a look back here, you've got another wiring harness, but this is not so much in the way because we've got here just one bolt which can still be accessed just like that. So it's not necessary to cut all these wiring harness connections. So I can start with a 10mm socket and undo the bolts around the valve cover gasket. I'm going to start with the most difficult one. Down here we have a ground connection and it requires a 8mm socket. I'm going to use some pliers to remove that little ground from there. Keep in mind that these bolts are basically not going to come out, so that's a good thing because you don't need to worry about losing them. After all the side bolts are loosened, you've got two more bolts in the middle, one here and one here. So I'm going to use an extension with a 10mm socket. And now the valve cover should be able to come out. Let's see. There it comes. As you can see, these two middle bolts have left some dirt inside there and you want to collect that dirt as much as possible and do not allow it to go and mix with the oil. Alright, so from this point you can go ahead and remove the gasket. I'm gonna use this type of needle tool. Now make sure that the replacement gasket comes together with the spark plug holes gaskets. You've got 4 of them and a small gasket around these 2 bolts. This is the gasket around the spark plug and this is the gasket around the bolt. Alright, so from now on the process is quite simple, guys. You gotta place the gasket in the right position, make sure that it sits very well around the bolts. That's the most critical point, and take your time while doing this. Have prepared the bolts with you, so put them back one by one. When placing the gasket around the bolt, first insert the bolt and then you see the gasket has a thicker side and a thinner side. So first place the gasket on the thicker side like that, and then the thinner side will follow up. Quite easy. Just take it from one side and push it like that. You can go ahead and clean up the area where the gasket will sit. I think it will be a better idea if you remove these wiring harnesses. Right, once the contact points are clean and shiny, direct your valve cover with the new valve cover gasket on. Make sure that there is nothing in the way and nothing will move the gasket. Here it comes. After you hand tight all the bolts, I'm gonna use 11 Newton meters or around 8 foot-pounds. I just hold from this side of the torque wrench just so I can keep it straight. Let's not forget about the middle ones. So basically from now on, just install back what you removed. I'm going to place back the... And that's it, job done. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos about this Mini Coupe, there is going to be a link in the description below with a playlist with all the videos I made about this car. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you soon.